Hello class, my name is Sarai Castillo and this is my lesson on counting and comparing numbers to 100. The standard we will be going over in this lesson is understand place value. We will be practicing counting within 100, skip count by fives, tens, and 100s. We will also compare two 3-digit numbers based on meaning of the hundreds, tens, and ones digits using the less than, greater than, and equal to symbols to record the results of comparisons. The two objectives that we will be completing by the end of the lesson are students will be able to count to 100 and skip count by fives, tens, and 100s through the practice that they will gain in the activities in class. The second objective is students will be able to compare two 3-digit numbers based on meanings of the hundreds, tens, and ones digits through the use of greater than, equal to, less than symbols to record the results of comparisons. In order to engage the students into the lesson, we're going to start off by doing an activity called Around the World. In this activity, the students will stand up. They will be going in order from one side of the classroom to the other, and they will be counting, starting off with fives, and then tens, and then move on to the 100s. Whenever the student can no longer continue on to the next number that comes after the number that the person next to them said, they will have a seat. The last student that is standing will be the winner. This activity is meant to allow students to practice counting in fives, tens, and 100s. It is a very fun way and engaging way to have the students practice counting in this pattern. In order to model the lesson, the teacher will write the numbers in 3 different sections on the whiteboard. One section will be counting in fives, the second section will be counting in tens, and the third section will be counting in 100s. As the teacher is writing the numbers, she's also saying them out loud and encouraging the students to count with her. As the students are counting with her in fives, tens, and 100s, she's also encouraging them to compare the numbers and describe the pattern that each section has. As the teacher is comparing the numbers with the class, she will start moving on to 3-digit numbers, and he or she will start to compare the two 3-digit numbers with the class. He or she will ask the class to say if the number is less than, greater than, or equal to the other number. The teacher will make sure to go over certain vocabulary that is needed in order to understand the lesson. The first one is greater than, which is a symbol that we use to show that one quantity is greater than the other. The second vocabulary word is less than, which is a symbol that we use to show that one quantity is less than the other. And then the third vocabulary word is equal to. We use the sign when two values are equal to one another. After the teacher is done comparing the numbers with the class, she will then write a couple of problems on the whiteboard, and she will ask students to compare them with their table partners. The problems are 200 blank 160, 350 blank 367, 210 blank 120. The students will be asked to fill in the blank with the symbols less than, greater than, or equal to. After a few minutes of discussion, the teacher will call on a couple groups to come up and fill in the blanks. The teacher will ask questions to check for their understanding, and this will also serve as checking for the understanding of the rest of the students who are sitting down listening to their classmates present. The teacher will ask everyone else if they agree or disagree. This is a great way to check for the understanding and allow the students to give in their input about the strategies they use. to solve the problems that were given to them as a form of assessment. In order to apply what the students have learned throughout the lesson, the teacher will give the students a worksheet. She will allow the students to work on the worksheet independently for about 15 minutes. As they are working on the worksheet, the teacher will walk around in case any student needs additional help or needs clarification on any of the concepts that have been taught. After 15 minutes, or after the student has completed the worksheet that the teacher gave them, they will have the chance to compare and discuss their answers with their table partners. This is the worksheet that will be given to the students that they will be working on independently for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, they will be able to discuss and compare their answers with their table partners. In this worksheet, they will be using the less than, greater than, or equal to symbol to fill in the blanks to show which number is greater, less, or equal. The teacher will informally assess the students. The teacher will be walking around during their independent activity to make sure that the students do not need additional help or additional time to complete the worksheet. After the independent practice is over and the students get the chance to talk to their table partners about their answers, the teacher will also be informally assessing the students because they will be able to listen to their conversations. The conversations will tell you a lot about what the students understand and the strategies they have been using. The teacher will ask the students to turn in their completed worksheet at the end of the lesson to check for understanding. And at the end of the lessons, the students will be able to reflect on what they learned, how the symbols work, and how to compare two three-digit numbers. This will all be done through a discussion led by the questions asked by the teacher. Thank you for listening.